Alright, we're in. So this is our first GvG commentary of 2015. So we have Stuck in Frenzy PROT against Boring Gimmicks all month DW. And PROT are running 3 frontline, looks like 2 hammers and a dervish. And a mesmer, probably wastrels. He's got dash. Probably to help defend splits. And an LE assassin at main team, which could be an invoke. While DW have the pretty standard 3 LE, 1 dervish, 1 mesmer build, probably 2 snares at main team, 1 splitting lightning surge, and yeah, so pretty standard. What are your thoughts, Butters?
Yeah, we know Joe's on fire as an Earth Ellie. He just used Earth attunement. They often run this with a Air Ellie, running Invoke, or a Water Ellie. We'll see which one it is in a second. Right off the bat, let's see. We have PROT defending with number 4, the Mesmer, for Love of the Wind, who is splitting.
So this is really big. We've seen the PROT send 2 at the back at the start, and DW only sent 1. And it looks like they're trying to double on the flag as well. So they've got a main team with no interrupts, and they're fighting against a water and an earth alley and a dom mes, and it looks like they're trying to double run flags. Okay, they're not double running flags anymore. They've sent all of their 7 players main team to the fight. So I think that they're going to have a very difficult time fighting against these allies and the dom mes without any interrupts at all. This is usually not what you want to happen.
Yeah, it seems like they think trying to push a flag with 3 healers as opposed to 2 healers and a shutdown is more effective. See how that plays out.
So we see Love having a 1v1 against Ivan at the back door. He should be able to eventually kill every NPC against Ivan. He's probably going to play it pretty defensive though, because I think he has a lot of trust in his main team's ability to win the 77. And Paul is having a really hard time trying to get this flag in.
Yeah, it seems like 2 frontliners from PROT were trying to wipe DW because the Rit wasn't there, but the other one hasn't been hitting the monks with them. Now that the Rit's there, just got another bigger disadvantage.
So having 1 Earth Alley and 1 Water Alley is going to make it actually very difficult for DW to score kills for a long time against 3 monks, even with no shutdown on PROT side.
Yeah, not to mention they don't have the shutdown with them. Unfortunate though, with PROT's build, the only things they can defend with are the Wastrel's Mesmer or with the Flag Monk, and both are quite crucial to survival at main.
So with this kind of main team composition,
with this
kind of main team composition from DW, I think they're going to have to kill eventually, because PROT's just going to hold the flag. They're going to let DW boost all day until they start scoring kills. And so DW, if they want to end up winning this stand game, they're going to have to score kills eventually. And the only way that I think they can... and there's the first one. The only way that they can score kills is by training down the monks, because if they train down anything else, there's just too much healing and too much PROT. So what we're probably going to see is them just try and train that backline, and that's actually probably going to give PROT some openings to score some kills, because if those defensive allies are using all their time and energy to spike, they're not going to be shutting down the warriors as much, and it's going to give the warriors an opening to do some more damage. So this is really going to come down to who can score kills first, and I still think that the big advantage goes to DW.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got a Mesmer free casting, power block, chain diversion. Nothing can really shut him down. Same with the Earth Ellie and with the Water Ellie. If they need to play defensive, it's pretty easy. They just cast a couple skills. Otherwise, they could spam freely on the monks.
Prot's
All
taking
real
a
shutdown
lot of
Prot
damage.
has is some knockdown, so they can't keep that up.
Yeah. Not to mention, Prots also want to time it because eventually GW's solo Spinelli is going to win out at the back door, and they're going to have to deal with him with a monk or something different.
Yeah, he's already got one footman down right now.
Yeah, so there's only a
So
certain
he's
amount of
the
time
second.
that they can keep this up for. So, we see Prot trying to run another flag. They've just capped before DW's boost. And this is going to be a really crucial moment for them if they can successfully get this flag through or if they're going to wipe. I mean, they're taking a lot of damage right now. It seems like they're in a very difficult spot. I mean, running this flag has just allowed DW to have full control of the stand. So we see DW's RIT running back now to grab their next flag. And if Prot can pass this flag off, it's actually going to give them an opening to score some kills while DW's RIT runs the flag. So this could be an interesting minute while DW's RIT is gone. So you can see how offensive they're playing. They're playing on the Prot monk of DW right now. Oh, but the turnaround kill, that is very unfortunate for Prot. You don't want that to happen during this small opening you have to score kills.
Yeah, again, even though they have a player disadvantage, the build disadvantage is too severe.
Yeah, and especially fighting in that choke point on the bridge, it's very difficult to do against those allies. They have a lot of AoE damage, and the dervish too.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, DW's split LE doesn't even have to do anything. He could be dancing in the back door and winning the game. Just because a player being held back is just too for Prot to handle. Right now, they just switched their monk fall up before their mesmer. Figured shutdown at main is more important.
Yep, so this is gonna really shorten the length of the game. So Prot only have 2 healers main team and they're defending with 1 monk. So this is, they're either gonna win or lose very quickly now. It's gonna be very difficult for them to pull this off now though, because DW has already boosted a couple of times and they just boosted again, and I don't think that Prot have really any plan to get this flag in. Although to Prot's advantage, they are fighting in a much better position than they were before. I mean, it's a much more open area. It's really a much better place to fight against these kinds of allies. So kudos to them for bringing the fight to this area. Although it might be too little too late.
Prot's dervish is going really hard for this kill. You can see
Yep,
DW
but it's
going
still
back to spike him.
It's going to cause a lot of pressure on his team though, I think. Oh, Paul's going to push his flag. This is a bad idea. His team's going to take a lot of pressure for this. I mean, yeah, you can't push flags like that when you only have 2 healers. You can't.
It's quite pointless to go return a flag when they have the stand capped and there's really no hope for getting a flag in yourself anyway.
Yeah, that was the questionable move, I think. So Prot are really, I mean, they're on their back foot here. I mean, when they get pushed into their pit, they will actually have one small advantage, and that's that they're going to have basically all 8 people in one area, and DW are going to be stuck with 1 player in the back and 7 players in the front. So that could possibly give Prot a small opportunity to make a power play, especially if they can catch out Love on split, but I think that Love is just going to play really far back. That's
true, but right now it seems Prot's number 8 is more concerned saving the back archer than saving his own team, who's usually under some pressure.
Yeah, it might be a lot better if he would just let this back archer die, because it would mean that Love would push further in, and it would give them a bigger chance of catching him out.
Yeah, it's important to close that gap, and that archer just really doesn't do anything but create space.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seems like Prot thinks this space is to their advantage when it's actually their biggest downfall right now.
Yeah, they need to close the distance. They need to get their team together as 8 people.
Yeah, it's been about a minute with no intent to split or to push a flag. Prot still hasn't engaged the Knights. Or I'm sorry, DW hasn't engaged in its.
GW is just under no pressure at all right now. They can do whatever they want. They're in complete control of this game.
Like PROT Dervish is trying to catch the crippled split early, but he got away.
We see PROT's Wastrel's Mesmer. I think most of the time he's been camping the Dom Mesmer of DW, which is quite effective, but it just hasn't been effective enough to bring them back into this game.
Yeah, unfortunately with the spam Mesmer build, if you play defensive, that's all you are. Unlike a Dom Mesmer, you can use some skills defensively while using others offensively. You don't really have much of a choice with this one.
The PROT really need to let that back archer die so that they can close the distance. This is really hurting them. They could have the number 8 helping out their main team, but instead he's keeping this archer alive, which is doing nothing for them. It's just causing them to take more pressure than they would.
PROT's players are beginning to resign, a lot of them standing around. Like they might have given up.
Yep. I mean, they've had a very hard game. They've fought with a very significant build disadvantage and had a very hard time dealing with split and with flagging.
So given both teams' build choices, do you think there's anything PROT really could have done?
I think that their best chance would have been to defend with the number 8, defend the soul split with the number 8 at the start and keep 5 damage at main team and hope to kill DW before DW kills them. I think that was really their only play. It's not optimal. You don't really want to defend solo split with the flagger if you can afford to not do it. But I don't think they really had a choice. I mean, you can't afford to have 0 shutdown main team against the stand team with DW.
Yeah, the issue with triple front is you kind of gimp yourself when you have to send a player back, because it's quite difficult to kill without 2 midliners.
Well, yeah, that's the problem with any triple front build is you just don't have many versatility characters. I mean, anytime you have to defend split, you've only got possibly 2 characters in the entire build that can do that effectively, because you've got 3 frontline.
You could tell with the Wastrel's Mesmer, they might have expected a split to face a split of some sort. Makes you wonder why they didn't just change the team build entirely.
Yeah, a little bit questionable,
is
but
just in itself not very strong.
Yeah.
Versus split.
Yeah, that was a good match.